Hey everyone, this is Rob Chevelle from Lit Soul. Want to give you a personal invitation to come see Lit Soul tomorrow night. That's August 6th, Friday night, and we're playing at the Canyon Club in Agoura Hills. And we're going to play for 45 minutes, and we're going to open up for Wild Child, arguably the best Doors tribute band of all time, maybe. There's a lot of great ones out there, but Dave Brock, he's been doing it since I think '87. This is the third time we're going to play with them at the Canyons, and it's always really great. And there's a lot of connection there, you know, like I love the Doors, you know, for a long time, and you know, I was actually interested in what Jim Morrison had for breakfast, you know. And the drummer of Lit Soul, Ty Dennis, he actually played with the real Doors, if that's the right word, Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger for many years. And Ty was actually Robbie Krieger's drummer. He still is today, but he was Robbie Krieger's drummer even before then. So like there's this big connection there. And if you guys remember that the Doors, when they got back together, there was a Storytellers back in the day, I think early 2000s maybe, you know, they did a Storytellers on VH1, remember that? And they had like Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots, Ian Astbury from The Cult, Days of the New, other people. So they basically, it would be John Densmore, the drummer, Robbie Krieger, the guitar player, and Ray Manzarek, the keyboard player, of course, minus Jim Morrison. But they would tell the story about a song, and they would play it, and they would have different, you know, singers come up and sing. So once they did all that, I think they kind of went, well, gee, maybe we should take this on the road, and they did. And they were huge for a while. They were called the Doors of the 21st Century, and Ian Astbury from The Cult won the job. He left his band, The Cult, and basic for a bit there, and then he actually played with them for like 5-6 years. I remember seeing them 3 times, and the first time, actually the first drummer, because John Densmore was actually against doing it, and one, he had tendonitis in his ear. 2, he was like, well, it was always all 4 of us had to decide, and of course Jim passed and John didn't want to do it. So, but Robbie and Ray said, you know, we're going to do it. So there was this big legal battle that they did for a long time. That was pretty crazy. That's in John Densmore's book and other people's books. I read all about it. It took a long time to settle it, but for a while they were the Doors of the 21st Century. Then they had to change to Riders on the Storm. But anyways, all this time they're gigging all over the place, and they did some huge shows, you know. And oh yeah, so basically their first show that I saw actually had Stuart Copeland as a drummer. He's a drummer of the Police, and he's a fantastic drummer. I didn't think he really fit the Doors though. He doesn't play like John Densmore. But anyways, he did one gig, and then he basically was riding his bicycle or something and fell off and broke his arm, broke his contract. So they were like, well, you know, what are we going to do? So basically, Robert Krieger's like, well, I got a drummer. His name's Ty Dennis. He's been playing with me for years. He knows all the songs. So that was Ty Dennis's big break at that point. And he was in the Doors of the 21st Century with Robbie and Ray, and Ian Astbury from The Cult, toured the world, just crazy stuff. I've heard a lot of stories personally from Ty, and that was amazing, you know. But I really loved him when Ian Astbury was in the band. But, you know, like all good things, it comes to an end, I guess. And, you know, at some point, and Ian Astbury went back to his own band. He realized, well, gee, you know, I got my own rock band, so I might as well go do that. But Ian was always obviously Ian was totally a Jim Morrison freak. He wanted to know what Jim had for breakfast as well, and many other things, you know. I mean, absolutely a freak. So, but basically, he realized, you know, he went back to his own band. One of the things he said he learned really how to be a singer playing with Robbie and Ray. He really learned how to be a singer. And he said they were just so professional and so amazing, and live they were just like so loud, you know. And go check out some of that footage. YouTube the Doors of 21st Century with Ian Asper, you know, and look for Ty in there. He's the drummer. So anyways, there's a big connection here, and then after Ian Asbury left, they got some other singers, and they got like oh boy, what's his name? The guy from Fuel. He sang there for a bit, and then finally they got Dave Brock. Dave Brock was actually the last singer in the band before Ray passed away, and Ray passed away pretty quickly, and when he got like cancer and stuff like that. So basically, I've seen it a bunch of times. I even saw him at a place with the singer from Fuel. And then I never actually saw him with Dave Brock, but I've seen Dave Brock play a million times in Wild Child. And again, we've played with him a few times now. And I remember him back in the early 90s at FM Station, you know, when I played drums in a band there at FM Station, I'd sell Dave Brock there, you know. So he does Jim Morrison like, wow, like if you close your eyes, you think it's 1968 live show of the Doors, seriously. So anyways, there's a little history for you. So, you know, it's great. The last time we played, Dave always comes around and says hello to us and stuff, and took some pictures, and, you know, and so we play for 45 minutes. So it's the Canyon Club in Agoura Hills. Please be there at like 6:30 because they have a whole dinner line. I was there a few weeks ago to see Black Sabbath and also Bonfire, AC/DC. And Black Sabbath went on at 7 like we do at 7, but there are still people outside trying to get inside because they're very slow with different things, and you know, and the dinner people and stuff like that get tables. You can go to a table there, have dinner. It's a really classy place, you know, really good food and drinks and that kind of thing. So we really do go on at 7 to 7:45, and there's probably like a 20-minute break, and then Wild Child, I believe, plays for about an hour and a half. It's usually what they do. So, you know, we'll be backstage, and then we'll come out and play, and then I'll come out afterwards and say hi to everybody. Unfortunately, all the tickets are gone from the band, but there's still tickets available at the door. So it's $20. You know, support live music. You know, who knows what's going to happen with all this, whatever you believe. But, you know, it's a green light. You know, places are open. It's not like vax mandatory right now or anything like that. So just come rock out. Forget about all this bullshit. And, you know, just be a rebel. You know, let your hair down, rock out. Freedom. Freedom, baby. You know, what would Jim Morrison say? What do you really think Jim Morrison would say about all this? Okay? It's freedom, people. Freedom. The government cannot control you this much. There's something called the Nuremberg Codes people should read. All this stuff is just such a plan for a long time, and it's actually true. But I won't get to that in any more than this right now. But the people can win. We the people. We the people. There you go. So come check us out. And again, that's tomorrow, Friday, August 6th at the Canyon Club in Agoura Hills. Okay? And give yourself time with traffic and stuff. Be in the side at 6:30. And we start at 7, and you don't want to miss the beginning when Johnny Fortune sets himself on fire. All right.